Guys, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be doing some work to this 2015 Mazda 3 GT. This model does feature the 2.5 liter skyactiv engine, and today we'll be doing the spark plugs. So what you'll need is replacement spark plugs. I went with NGKs, if you can see, part number ILKAR7L11, or alternate part number is 94124. They are iridium and platinum, and they match up what the manual says. Also, you'll need a small ratchet with an 8mm, an extension, a larger ratchet, and then you'll also need a 14mm thin wall socket for the spark plugs. Now I had to specially order that just for this job, but no big deal. So let's get started. So we'll start by popping your cover off. You can just pop the front, pop the back, get that out of the way. And with your 8mm ratchet, you'll see your coil on plug. So you're going to want to disconnect these little bolts. Now, there's only one bolt per coil, so we'll crack them loose. And for a bit of speed, now this car has 160,000 kilometers on it. Now we've had it for a year and we have not done the plugs, so it would not surprise me if the plugs are original. High mileage car, but I feel like the previous owner didn't take care of it as well as he should have. So let's get ahead. We got our bolts out to hold our coils on, so I'll pop out one coil. And so with our 14mm on our extension, I'll throw a slightly bigger ratchet on there. And gently, we're going to break these free. Once you crack it loose, you can pretty much do it by hand. All right. So there's our first one. And I am willing to bet these are the original plugs. They do look very worn. Part of the bottom tip is more or less missing, and there's a lot of rust on it. So we'll go ahead and we'll get our new ones out. And we'll take our brand new one. I'm not going to use any anti-seize because it's an aluminum head. Slowly put that in and just finger tight thread that straight on as best you can. So I'm going to tighten it by hand until it gets snug. Those are long threads, so there it's nice and snug. Now it doesn't take much to tighten these up, so once it's snug, I'm going to do a half a turn. And that's one. So we'll go ahead and put our coil right back in, and we'll seat it down nice and firm, and we'll pull it number two. Same as before, nice and gentle. There's that. That one also looks pretty worn. Okay, plug number 2. If you really want, you could put a little bit of dielectric grease on the tip of the coil so you have nice contact, but it's pretty clean under here. I'm not going to bother. It doesn't get touched that much. Alright. So, screwed in by hand. Like I say, once it's snug, maybe half a turn. You don't want to over tighten that. And we'll get your coil back in. And you can feel the coil click onto the plug, onto the third one. This is a job that pretty much anybody can do themselves. They recommend, I think it's every 70 or 75,000 miles, but it wouldn't hurt to do it a little bit earlier. Okay, plug number 3. Nice and gentle, rested in those threads, finger tight, nice and straight. Again, they're long threads, so you'll have to spin it on there for a while, but there, she's nice and snug. And half a turn. Coil back in, press firmly, and we'll pull out the last one. So far this Mazda's been pretty good. Just basic stuff, brakes, pads, rotors, the usual. Other than that, nothing major. So it's been pretty good. Alright. And last but not least, again, nice and soft, thread her in nice and straight. Okay, until she's snug. Turn. Alright. Reinstall coil. Press down firmly. Now, we'll go ahead and reinstall our coil bolts. They just hold the coils down in place. Just hand tight for those. Basically just holds the coil down on the plug so it can't pop up. And the last coil bolt. Snug that down by hand. Beauty. Alright. Now to reinstall the engine cover, Everything looks good. So if you look underneath, you'll see it has one of these points, and you'll see that it matches up near the back. So once you find that, just pop the back down, and front pops down easy as well. Let's fire it up. If I can find the keys. Alright guys, yeah, so that job's pretty easy. I think it might have taken me 15 minutes, but that's how I do spark plugs. So hopefully this helps somebody out. If you like this video, feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. We'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.